I will also say that I don't remember Haibara here. I remember him from last time I saw him, but he seems like a happier version of Yuta, especially because we know Yuta sent away as well, so... Hey everybody, Theta here, back with another Stone Face Reactions. Again, we are back with Jujutsu Kaisen. We are watching these live on Twitch, back to back. We just got done episode 4. We are now going into episode 5. You've clicked the YouTube video or the Patreon video. You know what's happening. Let's go ahead and hop on into it. If memory serves, we're going to be back into the modern time frame. I want to say that's what happens immediately after what we just saw, although an element of my memory is saying maybe not, because Geto hasn't taken over the agency or the star religion yet, so I don't remember. I am on my back foot waiting for us to get back to the modern timeline. But again, let's go ahead and find on out.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, we're into the opening. Again, I got some pop-up video information here from the live chat going on in the Twitch, specifically from Alex, who wants you to know that Gojo Satoru is 28 years old, 16 in this arc though. He is 190 centimeters, 6'3". His favorite food is anything sweet. He dislikes alcohol, which I guess goes well if Toji and him ever had hung out, even though they didn't. He gets stressed out by the higher-ups, and his hobby is nothing in particular because he can achieve anything he sets his mind to. Implying that Gojo has the same framework as Superman. Superman can do anything he's already done, and his limit is to any writer is anything he hasn't done yet. The author has mentioned on multiple occasions that he hates/dislikes him as a character since it's difficult to incorporate him into the story because of how powerful he is. Oh, let's be reminded about how sad Rico and the maid's story is by continuing to include them in the opening. I apologize, everybody. The subtitle thing. Oh, right. It's, perception of threat, right? Gojo works on the same rule as Spider-Man. Yeah, I guess the indication is that everything changed after that mission. Some slightly sent amiss by the name, as I don't remember who Premature Death refers to.
その繰り返し払う取り込むみんなは知らない呪霊の味
Oh, I guess the overlap is striking me that we're getting Ghetto on the train when the opening bit from season 1 was our main dude drowning on the train? Flooded on the train.
私が見たものは何も珍しくない周知の醜悪知った上で私は術師として人々を救う選択をしてきたはずだ
Again, they all deserve to die.
ブレるな術師としての責任を果たせ
Just think of how everything could have changed had Rico died. I mean, Rico survived. Sorry. Usually it's the other way around when it comes to anime. Yeah, the cross-section of imagining all those clapping and the water.
お疲れ様です。何か飲むか。悪いですよ。コーラで。明日の任務結構遠出なんですよ。そうか。お土産頼むよ。了解です。甘いのとしょっぱいのどっちがいいですか。サトルも食べるかもしれないから甘いのかな。了解です。灰原、呪術師やっていけそうか。辛くないか。そうですね。
I do remember the last time I talked all over this conversation.
物事を深く考えないたちなので、自分にできることを精一杯頑張るのは気持ちがいいです。そうか。そうだな。
君がゲトウ君？どんな女がタイプかな？
The woman that my boy learned everything from.
たくさん食べる子が好きです。ほう。はいバラ。大丈夫ですよ。
Who is also unnamed on my board at the moment.
人を見る目には自信があります。私の隣に座っておいてか。
I will also say that I don't remember Haibara here. I remember him from last time I saw him, but he seems like a happier version of Yuta, especially because we know Yuta sent away as well, so...
で、ゲトウ君は答えてくれないのかな？
まずはあなたが答えてくださいよ。どちら様？
特級術師つくもゆきって言えばわかるかな？
あなたがあの。
お、いいね。どの？
特級のくせに任務を全く受けず、海外をプラプラしてるろくでなしの。
私、高専って嫌い。
I'm training this boy I found on the side of the river.
でも、高専と方針が合わないのは本当。ここの人たちがやってるのは対症療法。私は原因療法がしたいの。
原因療法？
呪霊を狩るんじゃなくて、呪霊の生まれない世界を作ろうよってこと。少し授業をしようか。そもそも呪霊とは何かな？
人間から漏出した呪力が檻のように積み重なり、形を成したものです。
エクセレント。すると呪霊の生まれない世界の作り方は2つ。1、全人類から呪力をなくす。2、全人類に呪力のコントロールを可能にさせる。1はね、結構いい線いくと思ったんだ。モデルケースもいたしね。
モデルケース？
People, what makes people leak cursed energy to begin with?
天与呪縛によって呪力が一般人並みになるケースはいくつか見てきたけど、呪力が完全にゼロなのは世界中探しても彼一人だった。彼の面白い点はそれだけじゃない。
You know, the first time I watched this, I didn't even notice that the fight was flashing between them. But I think it's an element of the fact that the subtitles are on the bottom of the screen, and that's above it.
まさに超人。負けたことは恥じなくていい。 彼を研究したかったが振られてしまってね。惜しい人を亡くしたよ。天与呪縛はサンプルも少ないし、私の今の本命は2だね。
Really?
全人
Feels like the whole Zanin clan has heavenly pacts.
知ってる？術師からは呪霊は生まれないんだよ。もちろん術師本人が死後呪いに転ずるのを除いてね。術師は呪力の漏出が非術師に比べ極端に少ない。
The only case I can think about is Sakura turning themselves into it after death. I mean, that might even be true, actually.
よく回る。大雑把に言ってしまうと、全人類が術師になれば呪いは生まれない。
じゃあ非術師を皆殺しにすればいいじゃないですか。
ゲトウ君、それはありだ。
Is our girl here just chaos?
多分それが一番イージーだ。非術師を間引き続け、生存戦
Beyond my guy, what has she done that's good? Because it seems like she's inspired 2 bad guys now.
恐怖や危機感を使ってね。だが残念ながら私はそこまで行かれてない。非術師は嫌い。
Oh, here comes the rain, sounding like clapping.
わからないんです。呪術は非術師を守るためにあると考えていました。でも最近私の中で非術師の価値のようなものが揺らいでいます。弱者ゆえの尊さ、弱者ゆえの醜さ、その分別と受容ができなく
Sorry, now I can only think of the no game, no life speech about the strength of the
それを
weak.
否定する自分、術師というマラソンゲーム、その果てのビジョンがあまりに曖昧で何が本音かわからない。
どちらも本音じゃないよ。まだその段階じゃない。
And the clapping
非
stops.
術師を見下す君、それを否定する君、これらはただの思考された可能性だ。どちらを本音にするのかは君がこれから選択するんだよ。じゃあね。本当は五条くんにも挨拶したかったけど間が悪かったようだ。これからは特級同士3人仲良くしよう。
サトルには私から言っておきます。
あ、そうだ。最後に星漿体のことは気にしなくていい。あの時もう一人別の星漿体がいたか、すでに新しい星漿体が生まれたのか、どちらにせよ天元は
By the
安定してい
way,
るよ。
all that shit, pointless.
でしょうね。
タイプ聞いてね。
But yeah, at the end of the day, I think Yuki is inspiring more evil than good.
あれは土地神でした。一級案件だ。
今はとにかく休め、ナナミ。任務はサトルが引き継いだ。
もうあの人一人でよくないですか。
術師というマラソンゲーム、その果てにあるのが仲間の屍の山だとしたら。
Yeah, I guess what, an element of we only exist to fight to save the non-sorcerers. Hey, it's from the movie. Why risk your lives to fight the non-sorcerers if we make everyone sorcerers? But the fact that you hate non-sorcerers anyway?
事件の原因はもう私が取り除きました。
私の孫もこの二人に殺されかけたことがあります。それは違う。黙りなさい、化け物め。あなたたちの親もそうだ。
Well, there we go. Here's the turning point.
非術師を見下す君、 それを否定する君、どちらを本音にするのかは。
皆さん、一旦外に出ましょうか。
君がこれから選択するんだよ。
And Geto chooses the exit door. I guess my thought here is, what exactly were those people seeing? Because obviously Geto killed them with a cursed spirit. So, what, they see people getting ripped apart by nothing like Freddy Krueger in a movie?
聞こえてますよ。だからはっつったんだ。
スグルの実家はすでにもぬけの殻だった。ただ結婚と残影からおそらく両親も手にか
なわけねえだろ。
サトル、俺も何が何だかわからんのだ。
いるかい？いや。
犯罪者じゃん。
Again, it's been such a long time since episode 1 that I kind of forgot who she was for a second. Like, I thought we were back in the modern times.
重ねて一応なんで？
術師だけの世界を作るんだ。
意味わかんねえ。
子供じゃないんだ。誰でも彼でも理解してほしいとは思わないさ。
どうせ誰も理解してくれないって腐るのもそれなりに子供だと思うけど。あ、五条？ゲトいたよ。そう、新宿。やだよ、殺されたくないもん。
I mean, you were unconcerned enough that you literally made the phone call.
翔子から聞いただろ。それ以上でも以下でもないさ。
だから術師以外殺すってか。親も。
親だけ特別という。
See, that's also an element that I missed. I missed the fact the future principal guy talked about him killing his parents.
意味ない殺しはしねえんじゃなかったのか。
意味はある。意義もね。大義ですらある。
ええよ。非術師殺して術師だけの世界を作る。無理に決まってんだろ。できもしねえことをせこせこやんの意味ねえっつんだよ。
And there's also got to be an element of it not being true anyway, considering how many non-sorcerers are just walking past him on the street.
君にならできるだろう、サトル。自分にできることを人にはできやしないと言い聞かせるのか。君は五条悟だから最強なのか、最強だから五条悟なのか。
何が言いてんだよ。
もし私が君になれるのなら、この馬鹿げた理想も地に足がつくと思わないか。生き方は決めた。あとは自分にできることを精一杯やるさ。
I mean, it makes sense. You only think my goals are impossible because I'm not as strong as you.
殺したければ殺せ。それには意味がある。
I mean, we know what he goes on to do. It's the movie.
それ聞きます。
いや、いい。悪かった。
先生、俺強いよね。
はあ、生意気にもな。
でも
Enough that literally Geto thinks that you should do all of this work by yourself.
使えるのは他人に救われる準備があるやつだけだ。
万世鏡は解体されたはずだが、
Okay, this is literally the episode that I was talking about last episode.
表向きは犬貴みてえにしてるがな。嫌か。
いや、呪いと金が集められれば何でもいいさ。
本当にその格好で出るのか。
いいだろう。ハったりは大事だ。
伊藤様。
よく見てなさい。揃っているな。
各支部長、代表役員、会長、その他太客お揃いで。
皆さん。
Obviously, those two girls go on to be addicted to the phone later in life.
今この瞬間からこの団体は私のものです。名前も改め、皆さんは今後私に従ってください。困りましたね。そうだ。
Yeah, we know what happens if you eject at this point.
そう、あなたです。さて、改めて、猿は嫌い。私に従え。それが私の選んだ本音。猿ども。
Yeah, my point was that we don't know what happens to Kong. Like, he walks off screen, and I don't remember him appearing anywhere else in the other seasons.
こっちの話。ところで君のお父さんさ、全員っていう呪術師の家系なんだけど、僕が低レベルのろくでなしで、お家出てって君を作ったってわけ。君、見える側だし、持ってる側でしょ。自分の力にも気づいてるんじゃない？全員家は才能大好き。術式を自覚するのがだいたい4から6歳。バイバイのタイミングとしてはベターだよね。めぐみくんはさ。
Surprised Mai and Maki don't have like other conversations about Megumi and the fact he was able to escape in ways that they weren't able to.
別にあいつがどこで何してようと興味ない。何年も会ってないから顔も覚えてない。今ので話は大体分かった。積み木の母親も少し前から帰ってない。
あ、めぐみ帰ってきた。
もう俺たちは用済みで、二人でよろしくやって。
So I guess there's an element of the fact that they escaped and he just wasn't bought.
まあいいや。お父さんのこと知りたくなったらいつでも聞いて。よっくらしった。そこそこ面白いと思うよ。そんじゃ本題。君はどうしたい？全員家行きたい？
積み木はどうなる？そこに行けば積み木は幸せになれるのか？それ次第だ。
ない。100% ない。それは断言できる。オッケー。あとは任せなさい。でもめぐみくんには多少無理してもらうかも。頑張ってね。
Responding to a chat conversation here. I'm talking about it from the other side. Reverse what you just said. Then Mai and Maki don't refer to him. Not that Megumi doesn't refer to them.
五条先生。起きた。
ちょっとその椅子高いやつでしょ。
呼びつけといて居眠りしないでくださいよ。
And we're back at the present day.
何笑ってんすか。
別に。
Alright, here's the thing. I legit don't remember what happens after this. Except for Mekamaru. And then the lead up to Shibuya? Barely anything. Yeah, I'm not saying... Sorry. This is going to sound crazy. Here's hoping future me remembers to leave part of the chat on the screen, because otherwise it doesn't make no fucking sense. I'm not saying that they knew each other. I mean, obviously the idea is that they know about each other now. That Mai and, well, Mai is still in. Maki had to do this whole escape from the Zenin clan nonsense. And Mai is still in it. So they know about having to escape from this whole scenario thing, or at least, again, Maki does. And the fact that Megumi comes from this whole under-clan thing, or he didn't get bought into the Zenin clan. that there ought to be some sort of like commentary on their thoughts about the fact that he escaped this situation without having to even enter into it. Not that they knew each other back then, but that they recognize the situation now.
もっとって漢字でどう書くのかな。カタカナ外来語なの。次回そういうこと知ったつもりになってることっていっぱいあるんだろうな。
Yeah, if this isn't the next episode's not the Mekamaru episode, then I legit do not remember what happens next. Because in my mind, it is the I don't know if they're the group of them are called anything. Jogo and gang. Mahito and all of them. Their little operation to incite the Shibuya incident. I don't know what you call it. The big fight with Mekamaru and his Gundam. If that's not next episode, then I legit do not remember what happens next episode. Other than that, again, Yuka, I don't know what the fuck Yuka is on about, other than to say that she seems to have inspired all the negative shit. Like, if she's the one who was, like, studying and training Toji, and then all of a sudden, Toji is the villain of this little arc, and then she goes on to talk to Geto, and is like, hey, Geto, either we make everybody sorcerers, or we stop. It's like, well, there it goes. So I guess maybe my dude here is gonna end up being a bad guy at some point, so that she'll have like a 3 for 3 going on. Clarification, Maki did not escape from the clan. For them, she does not matter, and they did not realize that she was not in the house until after several months. Except for Mai, she knew. My point being, they have this whole thing where Maki wants out, and Mai is upset that she ran away, and they have this whole back and forth diatribe about it. And then you have Megumi, who would have been bought into the clan, and then wasn't due to this outside mechanism storyline play. And it seems like if anybody was going to have a commentary about it, it would be these two who are specifically in the know about it and on his same level. It has nothing to do, from my perspective, about them knowing him at the time. They know him now. Now, if they don't know his backstory and the possibility that he could have been in the same situation as they are, that's a different thing. But it just feels like if you want to interconnect your characters in such a way as that they could have differing opinions and share them about the different characters, that feels like that would be a venue via which you could introduce that topic. Now, I'm not terribly upset that they don't. It just seems like, I don't know. It seems like it's not something I talked about in my first go through, that these characters are related in any way. But it feels like if you have that relation, it's something worth bringing up in a moment that you could, rather than leaving it. Because I think I've discussed this concept in other series. Yeah, was it Mushoku Tensei? Yeah, I can't remember what show it was. I very specifically remember that I had the conversation that one of the saddest... No, sorry, this was Gundam. This was Mobile Suit Gundam, because I remember bringing it up to lessons in regards to Ice Lena, Love's Remains, about one of the saddest storytelling tropes is the unrealized story. I also use Voyager Demon something, I can't remember what the name of the episode was. Very specifically, when you spend time with characters that have no connection, no remaining connection to the other characters of a story, and that they go through something very dramatic, very impactful, very emotional, and by the end of their story die without anybody, or they don't have to die, but also go away. No Riri from Die Buster is a good example of that too. Except that she's not a good example of it. She's not a good example of it because she leaves someone behind to tell her story. The unrealized version of the story is if No Riri didn't leave anybody at all behind, that she would have done everything, and then nobody would know afterward. Icelina's whole thing is that she's trying to get revenge for Garma against the perceived target of Garma's death, and by the end of the episode, ends up collapsing dead in front of her target, who does not understand or know why she is doing anything. It's the unrealized story that only us, the outside viewers, know. So, yeah. I don't even remember why I've gone off on this tangent. The entire thing I was just bringing up was that if there was a conversation to be had here about the Zenin clan, Megumi's ability, or Megumi's... well, I guess ability is the right word. The fact that he skipped, basically, on being forced to be a member of it due to the events of this little arc would have been worthy of a internal conversation between the characters, and I'm kind of sad we didn't get that, only in that it would develop Megumi a bit more as a character, I feel like. I think actually it would develop all three characters a little bit more. I don't want them to come together and have this united front sort of thing, but it's an element of it would develop their personalities, kind of like, I forget what the episode was, the penultimate Fate Zero episode, where, you have the three different characters sit down and talk about their perspectives on things. You would have Mai, who's still very much connected to the Zenin clan. You have Maki, who is penultimately kind of escaped the Zenin clan, and that she's left and they don't give a shit. And then you have Megumi, who would have been, but managed to not have to be forced to enter the Zenin clan. It would have been a little sit down. I guess maybe this would have been a good Jujutsu Stroll episode. Just like a little 5-minute, this is happening somewhere in the timeline sort of thing. Anyway, I've rambled on. My main other point, again, from this episode of things I didn't talk about before was Yuka's whole inspiring people to become evil. Which is now, I have to keep in the back of my head, is my boy here going to become evil at some point? Considering that he, I feel like, got the same treatment that Toji got. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here. I've rambled on long enough. Once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions. We're recording one more episode after this of Jujutsu Kaisen, so keep that in mind when you see this next episode coming up. Whenever it was recorded in a group of 3. Otherwise, catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?